Welcome, Ayu. It is a delight that we are together again. As Margaret Mead said, a small group of thoughtful citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. So it doesn't matter if we're 2 people or 20 people or 200 people. It is people of good intent, people who know, who see, who perceive. In the Quechua, one of the languages of Peru, I see is Noka Riqui. Listen to that. You see, the Quechua language is the sound of nature. It is the essence of what we call language. So when I say I see, and as you say that, yeah, you do feel that. But when you say it in the Quechua, it is a deep core resonance. So I say it again. No kariqui. Yeah. So you see, this is what we're going to do this evening in the cloth of creation. Yes, we are going to journey to the Kaypacha, into the sekes and the saiwas, the energetic rivers, the grid. The sekes are the rivers that run through the Pachamama. The saiwas are the corridors of light. That as above, so below. So yes, we are going to work with all of that tonight in Ayu. And with that, our intent here in this cloth of creation, we have been, since all this began, and I'm going to preface this by saying this. Well over 10 years ago, those of us who have been chosen to be on the energetic front lines felt, knew, saw this wave coming. We knew it. We knew it was coming. We were not given the form because the form had not been set yet. But we knew it was coming. So when it finally took physical form, we knew this is the time we'd been waiting for. I should tell you, even just a few years ago, I was out somewhere, and a few nights before I had a vision dream. As many of us do, we have vision workings in our dream state. And I saw what had happened, what was happening as the collapse happened. And then as we continue to move on, I saw the horizon in colors that are indescribable. And then one evening as I was driving, I looked out to the physical horizon, and my friends, that was the same horizon I saw in that dream state. I knew it was here. I said to many people then, it's on the horizon, folks. We don't have time. We cannot wait anymore. Some listened, most didn't. So here we are. So now as the collapse of the foundation that had been the end of what we had known has come, and it is continuing to collapse. As that old foundation comes down and crumbles, debris, rubble, we are cleaning it. We are cleaning that all off. And we are also leaving what serves. Because you see, if you perceive the difference between ancient and old, you will perceive that what is being left in is ancient, not old. It is the old that is being removed. And what is being removed is dead, is dry, is stale, has no more life in it. Or does it? So there are two choices to do with what is all that's left. We can gather it all up, all that dead, dry, old, empty that's being cleared from the foundation. We can gather it together to use it as compost. For those of you who know what compost is, it actually gives food and sustenance to the natural flow of life, death, new life. So we can use it for that. Or we can use it as tinder for fires of destruction, fed with fears, with angers, with personal, defensive, so low vibrations, forgetting why we had a lockdown in the first place, thinking that the COVID-19 coronavirus is all gone now. No, my friends, it is not. It has changed form energetically, but it's still here. So there are many that are using it as tinder to set fires of destruction rather than the natural intent or purpose of fire. So those people do not realize that what they do only creates more of what they say they don't want. They do not know what they do. So tonight, as we journey in cloth of creation, we work with fire itself, one of the natural forces of nature. Because what is the natural purpose or intent of fire? To burn away. It is the intent of the one who asks fire permission to work with fire, what it will be. And with our journey tonight in cloth of creation, to burn away anything that does not serve, creating clean ground. So you see, it is not destruction. It is simply cleaning that ground, using what does the tinder, or I should say the empty, the dry, the dead, to fuel a fire. For you see, what that does is that the spark of life that is left in any of that, when it does spark, ignite into flame, it will do so as the phoenix does, from the ashes of its own death into new life, instantly. For you see, within each of us, we have this natural spark, this natural fire. So through cloth of creation, you're going to have a look to just see where your fire is. Is it at sparks? Is it into flame? Is it what fire do you have within you, and how are you using that fire? And we're going to look at the fires that are burning within the Pachamama, the ones that are flaming the Kaypacha, and well beyond that. We're going to look at the fires that are throughout the world. Are they fires of the phoenix, or are they fires of destruction? For you see, it is with our intent. We can remind all that fire gives life. And you see, this is what we're going to do. So for all of you, even as we begin now, clear yourself for the day. Just simply take a deep breath and blow it out. You know, the expression is take a deep breath. They don't tell you to blow it out. We're going to tell you to blow it out. some of you have been to Sacred Fire with us. And even if not with us, with others. And even just having a campfire. Sometimes the fire needs some help. So what do? I get down right on the ground, right on my knees, get right up into that fire. And with the breath that is within me, breath of life within me, I blow that breath of life right into the fire, right into those embers and those sparks, and the fire ignites into beautiful flame. So we're going to do that. And I will tell you that as things open up, we will be having physical gatherings again, and those will include Sacred Fire. So yes. So now, just taking those few moments to breathe, blowing out the day, the news, all of that. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, your body. Yeah. Let the rhythm of your body flow through you. The music of your soul flowing through you. Yeah. Hari. Hatun Wilke Alita Koja. Hatun Wilke Pachamama. Hatun Wilke Mama Kila. Hatun Wilke Inti Taita. Hatun Wilke Apukunya. Hatun Wilke Sulka. Hatun Wilke Kaypacha. Hatun Wilke Maiki. Hatun Wilke Maiku. Hatun Wilke Maikui. Hatun Wilke Hampui. Hatun Wilke Hampui. Hatun Wilke Hamchai. Hatun Wilke Munai. Hatun Wilke Yankai. Hatun Wilke Yachai. Hatun Wilke Munai. Inhale all the way in. Exhale all the way out, center. Inhale all the way in. Exhale all the way out, ground. Inhale all the way in. Exhale all the way out, center. Your primal, your sacred primal, your higher self. Together, we sit in circle, for we are Ayu. Welcome each other. Simply reach out with welcome and love to those of us in Ayu. How do you feel, perceive the strength? Unshakable. For it is Munai. It is Conchai. It is Ayu. Together, we fly high. Perceiving the Kaypacha. This canopy of light. You perceive that it is one with all. All is one, one is all. To Kaypacha. Perceive the strength, the brightness, the substantial Kaypacha. Perceive that the sparks of pure light continue to fill the canopy of light. For those are the sparks of so many good people doing good works, whether it is on the physical front lines, whether it is groups who come together, those of a sacred light, in whatever forms, whatever ceremonies that they do in their ways. The spiritual, the faiths, the religions, the high Ayus, Freemasons, Templars, and so many more. The native and natural ways, nature herself, all sending sparks into the Kaypacha. Perceiving pure light, pure strength flowing in the saiwas into the sekes. Perceive phoenix fires. Perceive the fires. Nina. Hapun wilkem Nina. The fires throughout this world. Perceive those fires. What is the intent of those fires? The clean, clear, life-giving fires, the fires of Phoenix, life, death, new life, are there fires of destruction fed by fears, the defensive personal? Those fires of destruction, are they being fed by those who do not seek new life, yet only to feed upon it, and so go to the unwitting, unawake, where they know they can feed from them? Do you see this? Do you perceive this? Look to our fires, a phoenix fire, within you, within the Pachamama, and so many of us throughout this world, above, in, and under, and in it, and in the waters, and in the skies, and in the lands. Those who dwell in the mountains, and in the plains, and in the forests, in the fields, every place, everywhere. Let us bring our fires together. Hai, Hari, Hari, Hari. Ha, ha, ha. Together, we ask, we tell fire, this high force of nature, this pure sacred light, we ask for your life-giving force to help us. Hai, Hari, Hari, Hari. Feel within you as fire ignites within you. And reaching out now, let that fire leap, spring from your fingertips, from all of you, sending fire, fireflies. Hari, bringing life to all. Bringing life to all. Haya, Hari. And when they go to those fires of destruction, perceive what they do. As they light gently on each of those who do not know what they do. Yeah. Welcome into you, into your heart, into your soul, into your belly, into all that you are. Those fireflies. I love you. Welcome. Mi casa is su casa. Ay. Wira, when you come, Una, water. As the water comes, weaving together fire, water, earth, air, pure light, pure strength weaving together. Burning, flowing, cleansing, solid ground. Together, all bright, sending the seeds throughout this world and beyond, seeding the Kaypacha, the Pachamama. And within you, you, the delight of the dance of those fireflies within you. Ah. Ah. And for those of you who have mesa, or for those of you who have that of the sacred with you, let those fireflies find home in your mesa, in that of the sacred that is with you. Mm-hmm. Hari. And as we sit in circle and fire is with us, look to within you. What is there that is dry, that is dead, that is old, yet you hold on to it, clenching it close to your heart. You can take this thing and put them into the fire, for fire will take this, freeing you. For I is with you. Mm-hmm. 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 And even now, feeling the warmth, the clear, pure love, pure moonlight that no words could ever express. Perceive the love of your ayu, the strength of your ayu. As they say, no one will ever get left behind. Mm-hmm. We are together. We are together. Together. Mm-hmm. If you feel to move with the song, please do this. Give your love. Your gems. Your love gems. The jewels of your love. Of your deep gratitude. Your deep respect. Your deep thanks. To our Pachamama. To the sacred light. To the sacred mountains. To sacred jungles and all the places. Sacred places. For all is pure light. To Father, Son, Mother, Moon. And to each other and Ayu. To your Ayu. Thank you, for we are family, we are friends, we are clan, we are Ayus. Hari. Let us come together, for we are pack. We come together. And now gently begin to return to your current physical body in this current time and place. Where you are. Knowing that as we go about our lives, we are always Ayu. And in some ways, we are always touching. Return now to your current physical body in the current place and time where you are. Breathe. Fully return to your current physical body in the current time and place where you are. Fully center, fully ground, fully centered and grounded. Move your body, wiggle your toes, your fingers. Move. Fully into your physical body. And in a moment, I will ask Joseph to open the phones. But in the meantime, before I do that, fully ground, fully be centered and grounded in your current physical body in the current place and time where you are. Breathe. Okay, Joseph, you can open the phones. And as we always do, we encourage you to bring something of your journey, of what you saw in the Kaypacha in our journey this evening. For it is that your words are the physical manifestations, can be the physical manifestation of the sacred guidance of the as above that you saw. And this is what we need to hear, because there are people that may intuitively know, but they don't have the words to express it. So by hearing the words, it can help the fire within them to spark. So we encourage you all to speak. And it does not have to be long. It doesn't have to be in complete every little detail. It can be brief. And in fact, being just the core of what it is that you came to perceive in your journey is really what best serves. So, who would like to say a thing? And we
Hi,
want to, yes, go ahead.
This is Sylvia. Like the last time we connected through Journey Within, I saw these, and this sounds like an oxymoron, but this is how I could describe it, this liquid fire. So this liquid fire going through me, connecting into Pachamama and vice versa. It was in both currents at the same time. And then at another point, I saw these droplets of water that were alive, and I had them on my hand, and I needed to go around Pachamama to drop these droplets of water because they needed to, the Pachamama was thirsty and they needed to give that life and quench that thirst that Pachamama had. And there were so many other things, but I think that those were like the most important things that I probably need to share with all of you.
Okay. Thank you. Let's keep this going, folks. Let's not let the energy drop. Keep it moving.
Well, go ahead, Jessica.
Okay.
One of you. Somebody.
Right. Yeah, well, what I saw was really, it was more a reminder. It was a reminder of, it was showing me two ways of engagement. One sort of adds weight, and it has a ripple effect, and sometimes you don't even feel good after you. And the other's just clear. And it was just a reminder to look at, engagement, interaction, day-to-day stuff, what you say, what you do, and look to whether, how you feel after. Does it feel good? Does it feel clear? Or, does it feel like, it has a sort of ripple effect with it? And, I've noticed that in my life too, just very subtle things, just normally involving like social media and communications and that sort of thing, Sometimes it just doesn't feel good. And sometimes it's just better to, say nothing than if it isn't clear.
Okay. Very well done. Anyone else? Keep going.
I didn't really see so much as feel a lot of the flames, and it just felt like a good connection. It felt very connected, and it felt like something I could remember when I needed to, that we had that connection. And it And I don't know, maybe it's helping to heal. My foot was killing me, but it started to feel like, I don't know, it was helping it. So that felt good. It was more like a feeling than really anything I saw.
Well, that is how some people perceive. Some people perceive through sight. Some people just simply feel something with no vision of it. Some people see color. Some people hear. So every way is the way each does, you know. And never doubt that what happens in any work that we do is real. It's not a coincidence. Yeah. Okay. Well done. Keep going.
I think for me, the big lesson perceived was show up. Because when asked to perceive the area of fires where it was destructive, and those whom were feeding upon those destructive fires, it was like seeing zombies, completely unaware, unawake, completely asleep, and yet when with the fires of love, of life, life-giving, I think when you surrender to it and welcome, it just completely like combustion, whom one really is. And sometimes that's all you have to do is just show up and everything else will be taken care of. And that feels like the major message. Because we are connected, and even if we might not feel that way, IU reminds us that we are most definitely connected with one another.
Very well. Keep it going.
I have a question. I believe this work is actual. So with knowing that intention is so important, is it the case that if I send this energy to the repair of the Kaypacha, that I can leave my own personal things out of this because of the way that this is manifesting? It's very difficult for me to keep my personal things out of this.
Mm-hmm. So your question is then?
So my question is, by sending healing energy or repairing energy or visualization energy to the Kaypacha, is this going to help preclude my own personal?
Okay. This is what happens. Yes, you are completely. It is so. This is actual. This is the real deal, folks. Because we are actually working with the energetic, the raw stuff of creation. This is not fantasy. This is the real deal. We are actually doing this. So, all that is, when we are working in this high resonance, it clears. It clears all that is present, and that includes the personal. So that as you are aware that it is your human that wants to go personal and defensive and all that stuff that human does, and you, the higher self, the primal, say, okay, I see you, my human, I see what you're doing. Now step back and learn things. Get out of the way. What you are doing is you are simply just that, getting out of your own way. And in that way, everything, the high vibrations, the high resonance moves everything. And with the intent of being clear, of coming all clear, it brings everything into an intact state. Do you understand this?
I think so.
Okay. See, the thing that gets into anyone's way, the only thing that ever gets into anyone's way is yourself. So when you have that sense, that feeling, things getting heavy and feeling a little crazed and feeling weird, you can be assured that it's your human that is trying to get itself to feel safe. And so when you go through your higher self, the primal knows danger and will get out of danger. It doesn't need a story to match what's happening. It just perceives danger and gets out of danger. The human has to spend the time looking for a story or a point of reference. And once that happens, then the human gets stuck, so gets caught. So the personal stuff that comes up is all about that. So when we're working at the energetic itself, everything, because before thought, before form, all is energy. So when we're working at the energetic, we are working with the raw stuff of creation. So everything is moving into an intact state. So now it is for a person to realize what is happening and to know, okay, let the human continue on and causing the crazy, or no, I see you, get out of the way, I got this, and to be in an intact state. So yes, and that is why with everything we do, we always go with the intent as it is meant to be, not as we would have it. And that keeps everything clear. Yeah. So, all right, let's keep this going before we close.
I think also one of the core lessons that was brought out for me was that Ayu's love is unconditional, that no matter whom you are, how you are loved unconditionally, and it also shows towards others that even in for folks who are asleep, we can also still love them unconditionally because we know that the spark of life is there too, and will occur as it's meant to happen.
And for those is to have compassion for them, for they do not understand, they don't see. They only have their stories, they only have their personal, they only have what they have learned through their personal experiences. So they're always looking to the past for the answer of whatever's happening in the present. And more often than not, it just does not match. So we have compassion for them. This is why we give thanks to the sacred ones of light, all who help us, all the sacred ones who help us, in deep gratitude. Because we can never should never take it for granted that they're always going to be there. I had someone years ago who came who felt exactly like that. So momentarily the sacred guides that were with her stepped back, and she got really quite frightened because she felt how empty and alone she felt. And she realized that they were distant from her because she never gave any gratitude. How about that? Every day, every morning and every night, this is what I say, folks. All of you who are the pure, infinite, eternal, sacred light in all your infinite forms in your entirety, I am knocked to my knees, deeply bowed with deep respect, deeply awed, deeply humbled, deeply grateful by your sacred presence, by being permitted to be in your sacred presence, and by being permitted to bring forth your ancient sacred wisdom teachings to others. You see, this is simple, but this is they give so much. This is so little I can do. But it isn't little, because it is every bit that I am. Just simply this, folks. And do you see how this then fuels the fires of pure light, the phoenix fire? Do you see that?
Yes.
So, before we come to the completion of Cloth of Creation for this evening, is there anything anyone would like to bring before we do this?
Well, I just want to thank you, Cindy, for reminding, you kind of put that into words, because I always feel that way too. So kind of like, oh my God, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be, you know what I mean? That constant theme that sometimes runs in the back of the mental head, at least for me. So everyone helped to make it clearer. So thank you.
You're quite welcome. Remember, that phrase that I said in the beginning. I say it again, what Margaret Mead said. A small group of thoughtful citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. That is very true. And folks, you are actively participating in doing that right now. Actually doing that. So thank you for being with us this evening. Thursday night at 7:30, every Thursday night, we have Journey Within. So please join us with that on Thursday evenings. And every evening, in wherever you are, we have the energetic IU gathering, where as this night, as we traveled to the Kaypacha and perceived what is happening in the Kaypacha and in the energetic grid, the Saiwas and the Sekes, we perceived what was happening, and we send our own sparks to add to that. So together we're doing this together. So, okay. So as we close, always we say, from my heart to your heart, with love, with thank you, or in the Quechua, Erpachai, Sonkachai, Munai, Sulpaiki. You know the Quechua is a tongue twister, so you don't have to say that. But it is from my heart to your heart, with love, thank you. So we're going to say that, and we are going to send that through our breath of Fukui, because that goes directly then to the sacred light. And then, as we are working at the energetic, we bring the vibration into high resonance. When we bring our hands together at the count of 3, what that does is it brings the energetics of the cloth of creation into full completion and brings it into an intact state as it closes. So let us do this. You see, folks, as many of you know, I am a weaver, a Pampa Misa, a weaver of the energetics. And I know that I work with the subtles. I read and perceive the subtles. So I feel that there is so much here, more that all of you want to say and want to bring in. So, we're not on a timeline here, folks. You could, we can go as long as you want. You just bring it out because I can feel it, So it's up to you. If no, we can close.
I just want to say that throughout the whole session, I've been feeling that this fire is so much alive. I could feel it. I could feel the feelings of the fire. I could feel how much alive it is and how much it's breathing within all of us. Mm-hmm. And as that liquid fire that I saw was coming in and out of me, it's dispersing all around through you as well.
Mhm. Mhm. Indeed so. Indeed so.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to the fire. It was at one point the small flames being on my hands, and the human got a little scared for a second, and then it was like, nope, there's no need to be afraid, and to experience both the childlike aspect of it as well as just this awe at the gentleness of and the aliveness of the life-giving fire was just truly awe-inspiring. I never quite experienced and seen anything like it, and I've always had a very, special affinity for fire since I was very, very young. There was always something about it, that the aliveness of it, that attracts me to it. And at one point when the fire was wishing to be, within, it was as if going through all of the old things that, was being given up, and it looked like you could see the fibers of the lungs, but instead of it being, like light, it was like fire. You could see the orange pieces of my insides. And it was such a, but it wasn't a, it was a gentle, it was a very loving and kind way of being and cleansing. And I think also that too, part of showing how, life-giving fire is, when it is for life, for health, for goodness, when the intention is in the right place, or as it should be, or as it is meant to be.
Well, wait till you come to a sacred fire.
Yeah.
When you're there, we're going to have to hold you back.
I agree. I
know some of you, maybe all of you, have been at Sacred Fire with us. So you know how that is. If any of you would like to share any of your experiences with Sacred Fire that when you have been with us, that would be beautiful.
It's an experience like no other. It's where it's there and you feel the heat of it, but it doesn't burn you, and it's like manifesting and talking to you. It's so amazing. So amazing.
Yeah, through the work, you can definitely come to see and feel the living presence of the fire, and actually even see into it, see the life, the form of it, what form it takes in that moment. A lot of amazing guidance there, too.
It is quite wonderful, and every fire that I have had, the honor to be with is always the first one. Fires here in the States, out in the Southwest, down in Peru, wherever I've been, each one is its own unique beauty. Mm-hmm. And that includes folks having sacred fire in the middle of the Amazon jungle on the night of a full moon when we camped in the middle of the jungle. That was an experience, yeah. Yeah. Okay, anyone? Anything more? No? Okay, then let us give our thanks. Erpachai, Sonkachai, Monai, Solpaiki. Okay, at the count of 3, when we clap, this high resonance will bring the energetics of the cloth of creation to completion and close this sacred ceremony of cloth of creation for the evening. 1, 2, 3. Thank you all. And perhaps we will see you on Thursday for Journey Within. 2 weeks from tonight we will have Cloth of Creation again. But every Thursday evening we have Journey. Thank you for all being here, Ayu. We'll see you again.
Thank you, Fran.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.